most of the stuff I used to buy, I used to return. That should have been a warning sign to me that there was something up. Anything from the smell of fire to a chemically cheesy kind of smell. Why I would strongly recommend against Shein. Hi everyone, and welcome to another video. I just want to thank all of you who have subscribed. I massively appreciate it, and to all of you who watch, I massively appreciate it, and I'm really hoping that you're enjoying the videos, that, you know, I'm enjoying making them and just being non-luxury for once and enjoying that. So hopefully you're liking it too. What I thought we could talk about is something I'm quite shocked about, actually, and it's to do with cancer. A cancer warning with Shein clothes. Yep, you heard it correct. And I just need to disclaim this and say that I am not personally saying that Shein causes cancer. I have got many articles online and research that has been done into this by other companies, but also from the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, who did it. They looked into this back in 2021. So I'm going to go through all of this with you, bring you up to speed on the situation. Should we worry about it? Should you buy from Shein? If you own Shein clothes, should you be like, oh my God, chuck them out? So we're going to go over all of that. Now, the reason why I came to realise this, and definitely the reason why I wouldn't be recommending Shein, it was a couple of months ago now, I was looking for a pink teddy jacket. And I was Googling pink teddy jacket. And this jacket that was just perfect came up on a website called Dolls Kill. And I went and looked at it and I was like, this is what I want. It was like $19.99. It wasn't expensive. There was always that risk that it could turn up and be terrible quality, which was a big risk. But actually the biggest risk was a statement written under the jacket that said it had a Proposition 65 cancer warning on it. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, I am not buying that. There is no way. What is a Proposition 65 cancer warning anyway? How are they allowed to sell clothes that have got cancer warnings? So many questions came up in my head. And by the way, the jacket I'm showing you is not the one I looked at. The one I looked at actually sold out, so I can't find that to give you a screen grab. But this is the same colour as that jacket. So I got digging, and I found a lot. It's a thing. People are talking about it. And have I said it? If I've said it, I need to say it again. Disclaimer, I am not personally saying that Shein causes cancer. I'm going based on research I found online, and I'm going to link to all of this research below. So if you want sources, if you want to read a little bit more, go and check it out. So the first bit of information, what is a Proposition 65? For anyone watching who is in California, hello, high five. But what is Proposition 65? So in California, they have what is called Proposition 65, and it's the Safe Drinking Water and Toxic Enforcement Act of 1986, and it's a state law. And this state law aims to protect Californians from chemical exposure. And I like this. I think all too often in the world, we are not honestly told what is in things, potential harmful stuff, and then stuff comes out years later, all the rest of it. And I like that they have got this state law that just warns people, just gives people the heads up. It's like, you know, you can still go and buy the pink jacket if you want to, but it's got a cancer warning. So in this Proposition 65, at one point there was only around about 200 chemicals that had to be declared. Now it's been increased to 900. And what people are saying, and anyone in California, I would love to get your thoughts on this. What people seem to be saying is that it's a blessing and a curse, this Proposition 65, because actually something can be flagged if it comes in packaging where there's like 1% of a chemical that can cause illness. It can get flagged as being an issue, when actually you're going to chuck the packaging away and you're probably going to wash the item before you wear it. And even if you don't, you know, the package has touched the item, but it's only got 1%. So as I understand it, please correct me if I'm wrong, but it's by some people seen as a hindrance, by others it's seen as a huge help. So I got looking into this further, and one article in particular that I'm going to talk to you about is, and I want to say something about this article. It's from Magoo, who are a retailer of eco clothing. Now they have got, I've also found something on Business Insider, but Magoo Fashion, they have got an article that I'm going to link to below. And because they are anti-fast fashion and they've got their own label and they're selling eco clothes, I did to a degree feel like I needed to take a pinch of salt with what they were saying, because obviously from a marketing perspective, they want to sell their own clothes, don't they? You know, they're trying to turn off the person who would buy from Shein and get them instead to buy their stuff. So when I read what they had to say, I read it and I took it on board, but I, you know, took a pinch of salt with it. But what they've basically said is that fast fashion company Shein have recently reiterated its commitment to product safety after social media outcry over chemicals in the brand's clothes. Experts told Insider consumers many fashion brands use toxic chemicals like PFAS and phthalates. However, consumers have less of a chance of getting sick than the people that have to go and produce this stuff. So, like, bear that in mind. So that's that. And as I say, I did read it and I did take it on board, but I also did think to myself, that's a company trying to sell their own stuff. So it got me looking even further. And the more down the rabbit hole I got with this, the more I was like, okay, Shein's not good. I have other reasons why I would not recommend it, but we'll come on to those in a second. So in 2021, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation conducted a study on Shein clothing, leading to the Shein cancer controversy. They discovered higher than allowed amounts of lead, phthalates, and I'm not going to say that word because I can't pronounce it, substances in clothing that may lead to cancer. I wonder if more people knew about this, whether they would shop there a lot less. Now, I've got other reasons beyond catching cancer as to why I recommend against shopping from Shein. And again, I'm going to link to all of those articles below. So if you were finding that interesting and you want to know a bit more, then go and check out below. There are certain fast fashion places where the quality is pretty good and it holds up. For example, I've spoken about how in the last 6 months, I've got a lot more into Zara. I quite like Zara. Their stuff used to fall apart, it used to wash really badly, but actually they've put their prices up a little bit and I feel like the quality's gone up with it. I am very up for paying more if the quality is good. So that's the first thing. With Shein, I've bought from there before. I used to do Shein hauls going back to I think it was 2017. And I used to be, for the most part, pretty disappointed when I ordered from there. Everything comes individually wrapped in these plastic carrier bags or Ziploc bags. And first of all, things smelt. And when I say they smelt, I mean they smelt. Anything from the smell of fire to a chemically cheesy kind of smell. Anything like that, you'd open the bag and you could smell it. It didn't smell like fresh and neutralised. That should have been a warning sign to me that there was something up. I just thought they were dirty and needed washing, which maybe they were, but it could also have been chemicals. So first of all, there was that. Secondly, and this was something that used to drive me mad, is that very often what used to turn up didn't look too similar to what was in the picture. And I discovered that on some listings, they would post up images from influencers. So they would take influencer posts that I would find on Google. This was going back a while now. And they would use those pictures as this is what you're going to get. And then it would turn up and it didn't look like that at all. It looked like it was trying to be that, but it didn't look like that. They also, on Shein, I've seen this in the news actually just recently, they are known for taking the designs of other brands and reproducing them. And again, what's stopping them using the picture from the real brand? I've seen this done as well. With Amazon, they do it in particular. They'll take a picture from the brand. They tell you that's what you're going to get. That's not what turns up. I bought a blazer that I returned on Amazon 2 weeks ago. It was just a white blazer. I fell for it. The picture was of a blogger. I fell for it. I bought this blazer because on her it looked great. It turned up, and do you know what it looked like? Right, first of all, it was see-through. Secondly, it was just a pile of creases. It was that thin material that just creased. But do you remember when you were in science at school and you had to wear a white lab coat? That is what it looked like. I should have kept it and showed you all, but I returned it. It was really, really bad. But that's another thing that they do. And this is another reason why I would recommend against Shein, because despite the health risk warnings that I'm reading about, not that I'm saying, that I'm reading about, despite all of that, I feel for the most part like it's a waste of your money. You're not always, every so often you get a banger on Shein, you know. I've bought from there before, and I still have a dress that I bought on there years ago that's in good condition, looks great, wasn't expensive, but it was rare. Most of the stuff I used to buy, I used to return because the quality was terrible, the stuff smelt, and it didn't look like the picture. And so all of these reasons are why I would strongly recommend against Shein. If Shein is your budget and you're watching this going, well, where can I shop then? I know it's difficult because Shein have cornered the market when it comes to like pretty much whatever you type into Google, like pink top or like whatever, Shein comes up and they've got nice looking stuff. I get it. Even my mum said to me the other day, I went to see my mum and she said, oh, you know, I'm looking for this certain style of coat at the moment, and every time I Google it, stuff on Shein comes up and it all looks so nice. And I said to her, please don't buy on there because of this cancer warning, but also, and she was like, what, there's a cancer warning? I was like, yeah, there's a literal cancer warning. I don't know whether Shein have sorted it out. They might have done. But also, I said to her, very often what turns up isn't what it looks like in the picture. And it's not worth your energy, and you've got to pay for returns. Like when I used to buy from there, you had to pay for returns. It just wasn't worth it. So they collectively are the reasons why I would recommend against Shein. If you've got any information, if you know that they turned it around, that they changed things, let me know in the comments below. If you want to read up a little more, I will try and put links in below. I don't know if I can put links in yet. Because the channel's so new, YouTube haven't been letting me put links in the description, but I'm going to try and do it. If not, I'm going to type the location of where the article came from, and then you can just give it a quick Google. But again, as a disclaimer, I'm not personally saying that Shein causes cancer. I'm going based on research that's on the internet that other people have said, not me. Anyway, I want to thank all of you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.